Hello Lagos, and welcome to another episode of State on Focus, a program that brings to your doorstep policies, projects and programs of the Lagos State government. I am Jamil Abdullahi. No doubt, the public service remains the engine room of government. Hence, public servants need to be cautious of the need to be creative, as this is one of the ways to deliver efficient and effective service to Lagosians, while keying into the vision of the administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat. To keep up with the ever-evolving world and deliver a seamless service to the public, there is a need for public servants to step up their game. In realization of this, Lagos State, being a pacesetter, created the Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation to fast-track the Lagos State government's civil service reforms, promote the culture of creativity and innovation across the state, and deliver sector transformation objectives in collaboration with MDAs. The result is to create a system that delivers optimum service to the public. Recently, the administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu appointed Mrs. Toyin Anjos Ademuyiwa as the new Director General of the agency. And today on State on Focus, the new Director General will be expatiating on the achievements of the office and discussing with us our plans to move the office forward. You're welcome to the program, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Over the years, the Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, OTCI, has metamorphosized from one name to another with different functions. Can you take us through the history of OTCI, ma'am?
Under the Fashola administration, it was an office, and it was called Management Service Department, and it moved from MSD to Office of Transformation under the same administration. And then in 2015, Mr. Ambode added the creativity and innovation element to it, and that's how it became Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation from Office of Transformation.
Recently, as far back as 2015, it was finally renamed OTCI. What are the roles and what is new with OTCI?
Well, interestingly enough, for every administration we've had in Lagos, they've been embracing creativity and innovation for the past 20 years. And I think that when the name was changed in 2015, government knew exactly where they wanted to go. They also realized that it's better to benchmark against countries. And in order for you to do that, it means that you need to embrace innovation. Office of Transformation, we are in charge. We have 4 technical departments. We have BOS, which is Branding One-Stop Shop. They're in charge of service delivery, ease of doing business. And that basically means on the ease of doing business, for instance, the World Bank, we started working with the World Bank in 2017, using the World Bank rating on ease of doing business to ensure that our clients or customers or citizens are satisfied with the way we are bringing out services in the areas of land registration, for instance. And then they're also in charge of Service Charter, which is about adhering to the promises that we've made to our clients, right? So, for instance, if you say in our hospital setting, come in at 8 o'clock for a particular care, 8 o'clock must be 8 o'clock, right? The second department is MSD, Management Services Department. They do all of our corporate planning. They're in charge of our mandate mapping. Basically what that means is that they also do restructuring. So what that means is an agency or Mr. Governor or the Office of the Head of Service may require us to go to an agency, review the structure, review the mandate to ensure that everything is aligned, right? So our responsibility is to, as an internal consultant for government, to look at those areas and see how we can streamline, either bring 2 departments together or shut down a department so that there's no duplication of effort, right? Our third department is reforms. Reforms, they're in charge of performance management, i.e. the SPADEF, and they also do some corporate planning as well. So when it comes to reforms, there's so many reforms coming from different agencies, right? OTCI is expected to look at those reforms, monitor those reforms, make sure they're each agency or each sector is adhering to those reforms, and then ensure that we're keeping data around that. The second part of reforms is that we bring out a reform, we initiate a reform, we establish that reform, we incubate that reform for a little while, and then release it to the agency where it belongs. The fourth department is the baby since 2015, which is creativity and innovation. The creativity and innovation, they are in charge of embedding creativity and innovation in the public service, obviously, distill creative and innovative ideas, and then we're supposed to have a creativity and innovation center within the Lagos State Public Service. So out of those 3 mandates, we're currently doing 2. What does that mean for the service? Because we are seen as a state that is on top of our game, the pressure is a lot more for this state, and the only way innovation can thrive is to create an enabling environment where people are not directed to be creative, they're not directed to think, they're directed to just really be as open as they can, looking at different problems within their MDAs and coming up with solutions to solve those problems. We work with both public and private sector. In terms of the public sector, we work with all of our institutions, LASU, UNILAG, LASPOTEC, and the likes. Like I said, we work with public and private. A lot of our proposals that come in, they can come in from anybody, including public servants, actually. So, and we handle those the same way in terms of intellectual property protection, dissecting those solutions that are being brought in, ensuring that they're fit for purpose for Lagos State government. And so, innovation is not an easy thing to come up with within the public sector. But I can say unapologetically that since 2015, Lagos State Public Service or Lagos State government has made it part and parcel that innovation must be embedded in everything that we do. And that means that giving each public servant the freedom to come up with solutions without feeling threatened or victimized, but protecting those ideas as well so that they can be rewarded and be seen for the ideas that they're bringing in. So that's basically it.
So I must say you are doing a lot in the Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation. So my next question, we go with your mission statement, and of course you mentioned some things earlier about who you work with, but your mission statement says to collaborate with individuals and institutions globally to harness ideas for effective service delivery to the people of Lagos. How are you achieving this?
Thank you for that question. So, obviously we started at the state level, right? But we have gone so far in terms of our counterpart states or other states coming in to Lagos State to understudy us on how we are embedding the culture of creativity within the Lagos State Public Service. We do a lot of collaborations with different agencies when it comes to innovation specifically. So when it comes to the world really knowing who we are, what we stand for, and what innovative solutions are we embracing, not just for the Lagos State Public Service, but across for our youths within the Lagos State. We belong to, so the third part where it talks about where innovation revolves not only between amongst public sector and private sector, also our institutions on R&D, research and development. So this office sits on a council called LASRIC, Lagos State Research Innovation Council, which is the third portion of what we do. And that council is responsible for looking at different solutions from an institution point of view, and awarding those students or youths on the ideas that they're bringing. Keep in mind those ideas are also solving government's problem, right? And so I remember in 2019, when Art of Technology came on board, that means the maiden edition, with the Office of the Special Advisor on Innovation, Mr. Olatubosun Alake. OTCI was instrumental in planning that event, designing what scope, in terms of what scope we're looking for, how we're attracting different countries to be a part of what we're doing. And it was exceptionally successful, and we've continued to partner with that office for the past 4 years, right? Now, because the states, every administration looks at the state not as a state, but as a country, if you look closely, everything that we do, we try to mirror best international practice, right? Best standards all over the world. And we're not there yet, but we're getting there, right? And that's where our mission is being pulled from, right? So when you observe the kind of work that we do, everything that we do in OTCI is embedded around the best practice globally. So it makes it a lot easier because, again, we run an office that is open. We run an office that is not limited in who you are, what you are, where you're from. You know, there are no discriminating factors here. And because we need to preach what we are, we need to practice what we're preaching, obviously. So it makes us, in embracing that mission and you seeing the results that we're bringing out, falling in line with that mission.
For every guest or civil servant, they will be familiar with what they call service charter. So my next question will be centered around service charter, because for the past 5 years or thereabout, it's been something that has been dominating offices around the public offices, even hospitals, and so on. So let's go. What is the rationale behind this service charter, and how will you rate its services generally, ma'am?
So service charter, again, is about the customer experience, right? I said earlier, it's about us adhering to the promises that we've made to our clients or citizens. So the rationale behind that is to really improve service delivery, right? So let me put it to you this way. The number one person in Lagos State is Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Shola Sanwo-Olu, right? And the attachment to that and who is responsible to are the citizens, right? So if we, as an institution of government, are not doing everything remotely possible to ensure we change the narrative to positive things, obviously those citizens won't vote for him. So it's about walking the walk, talking the talk when it comes to service delivery. We expect and we want our clients, our citizens, to be happy with the services that we're delivering. Now, how do you hold us accountable for that, right? Any citizen that comes to government for whatever service is expecting the highest and the best customer service, right? Because we've put a lot of information out there on how we want our customers to feel when they come in, they have those expectations when they come in. So for us, if we're making a promise, then we need to do everything possible to adhere to that promise, right? We need to ensure that our customers come in, they feel like we are actually serving them, not necessarily doing them a favor, right? So the whole service delivery mantra or the whole service charter mantra is about adhering to those promises while our customers, they walk away feeling that, yes, they came for what they want and we were able to deliver. The key for service delivery, and I can't say it enough for every single agency of government, is that we should dare ourselves to give the best to our customers or to the citizens. So we're very keen on that. In terms of rating it, I think BOS or Service Charter is currently in about 40 agencies right now. And so for now, I'll give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 6, because I'm the new Director General, and I from where I'm sitting, I will give it a 6. But I can equally say, starting this year, June 1st, we'll see a drastic increase when it comes to where Service Charter is seated. So originally, Service Charter was all about public-facing agencies. Now it's going to cut across because we have two types of customers. We have external customers and we have internal customers. And so it's important that we embrace and we understand what those needs are. The needs may be two different needs, but at the end of the day, it's still about service delivery. So that's how I will rate Service Charter at this point.
We've been discussing with the Director General of OTCI, and she has been enlightening us on the achievements of the office and her plans towards taking the office to the next level, and the various things that will be done to make service delivery easier and faster. Come back to the program. One other way the office improves service delivery is through the ease of doing business. Can you expatiate on the ease of doing business, ma'am?
Okay, so ease of doing business mantra started in 2017 when the World Bank approached Lagos State and I believe Kano around the area of land registration and building permit. And basically, it's really for us to state and stipulate that in those two areas, whenever our citizens, they need to either build a house or they want to buy a land, that the process that they go through is streamlined. So for instance, before that, before ease of doing business came to Lagos State, maybe for instance, land registration was maybe 60 days, for example. We were able to streamline it to 30 days. So it's about the process itself of registering your land and to ensure that it doesn't take longer than necessary and that at the end of the day, the service delivery part or the improvement of that process is based on the fact that people are able, or the projections or the results from that, people are clearly stating to the world that our service delivery generally, how negative it might have been in the past, we've been able to streamline. Citizens are comfortable to walk into any agency, and a lot of those processes are digitized, right? So we went up the World Bank rating because Lagos State did so well, 24 steps on the World Bank rating in 2018. And same as I think it was the year 2018 and 2019, yes. And so we were really excited because we were able to work with Lands Bureau and also physical planning. And that was a journey that just really went seamless because they were open to the idea of improving their service delivery as well and projecting to the world that the ease of doing business in those areas in Lagos State is a phenomenon that we continue till today to embrace. So ease of doing business is really what it is the ease of doing business. So if I'm going to open a company and I need to register my company, it should not be difficult. So everybody can literally go online, register their business, all the facets or the factors that are required are downloaded or uploaded, and from the comfort of my home. So the interesting thing about this state is that even after the ease of doing business rating in 2018 and 2019, Lagos State government now decided to expand ease of doing business without the intervention of the World Bank, because we realize that the importance of perception of our citizens in the way that we carry out our business is equally important, right? So we decided to expand that to about maybe about 20 or 30 agencies to ensure that the components or the facets of those areas of delivering or making business easy for citizens or people coming out of the country is well equipped, and that those agencies are well equipped, and ease of doing business is well embedded across those agencies.
Let's talk about your achievements. What has been the achievement of OTCI in the past 5 years or thereabouts?
5 years. Through the performance management that we do in OTCI, we were a recipient of the CIPM HR Best Practice Award for 2017 and 2019. The Presidential Impact Award on Ease of Doing Business, which sits under the Vice President's office, the former Vice President office. We were a recipient of that award 2018-2019. We're also currently serve as board members or as consultants or advisors to UNILAG when it comes to their entrepreneurship program. Also, UNILAG's Professor Awojobi program, which talks about incubation of engineering types of innovations, right? Out of technology, of course, we sit on that LASRIC board. It's a huge accomplishment because OTCI started the work with R&D, research and development, prior to the Office of the SA on Technology. And when he came on board and he brought all these wonderful ideas, our office was recognized for the value that we had put in place prior to that council being established. Also, of course, we're really proud of Creativity and Innovation Competition 1.0, and let me talk a little bit about that. Last year, we found there were 6 phenomenal ideas that came from 5 public servants, ranging from grade level 9 to 13. And out of those 6, 4 are currently being implemented. 1 started the implementation before the innovation competition last year, and 1 is being revised. I'm so proud of that journey because I remember when we did those presentations at that event last year, because it was streaming live, we got calls from all over the world, right? Because it's the first of its kind, again, in Nigeria. And we're really proud of that success because those individuals felt validated, felt protected, they were rewarded, they are part of the implementation strategy, strategic team for ensuring that those ideas are coming to life. And so it's a big deal because Lagos State government, and I can't say enough about this current administration, has really made it possible for public servants to really express themselves in wanting to solve problems. And so people don't feel caged any longer. This year, we're bringing some great ideas, obviously. We'll keep that under wraps. We won't reveal it. But we're really excited about that journey as well, right? It's a huge accomplishment for the Lagos State government, especially the Office of the Head of Service. Without the Head of Service, OTCI would not be at this success rate, and that's just the truth of the matter. And I've said time and time again, the success story for OTCI, yes, Lagos State government, the administration has done tremendously well, but Mr. Governor found it necessary to give us free hand, to really deliver on our work. And, Mr. Muri Okonla, the Head of Service, without a doubt, is one of the best there is in this country when it comes to the Head of Service. Nothing is off limits. He's open, he's engaging, he's supportive, and he pushes us. And because he pushes us, that support has enabled this office to be where it is today.
Finally, Ma, the second term of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, is just a few days old. So what are those things we should expect from OTCI?
Let me say this. Because we knew the team was coming back anyway, our plans going forward didn't differ because we knew this was a formidable team. The things that they've put in place to allow Lagos State government to thrive and for its citizens to really embrace everything that we're bringing out has not changed for us. I think, what's coming up here is to see a little bit more in the way that we deliver our own service as Office of Transformation. So in terms of reforms, I've said it before, we really are going to embark on monitoring the adherence to reforms in Lagos State. We have over 100 reforms. And I can tell you for free that those reforms are so important that if we do not monitor and put data behind it, we can tell the right story, right? That's one. Number 2, on Service Charter, we've changed the dynamics in terms of how Service Charter is going to be relevant across the public service. We're going to be writing to agencies that have been identified as agencies that are really doing a lot in terms of their service delivery without being directed, right? We want to showcase a lot more agencies in that area, so that's coming up. In terms of management services, we have a lot of agencies that are looking into reviving or reviewing their corporate planning so that it fits properly into the current administration's mission and vision, right? It can't be business as usual, obviously. And then in terms of creativity and innovation, like I said, we want to expand it. One of the things that we're looking for next year is to open the space for the competition across all agencies, because currently we're in 104. We want it to go across. So with the directives of the Head of Service, we want to open it in a way that everybody has the freedom to come and compete.
Thank you so much for coming to our program. That will be all. Thank you once again, Ma.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Lagosians, the Director General of the Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, Office of the Head of Service, has said it all. She has talked about the innovative ways public servants are keying into the visions of this administration so that there will be continuous delivery of the dividends of democracy. Watch out for the best reforms in Lagos. Unequivocal innovative solutions from public servants and the best consulting service. Thank you for joining us on the program. It has been an interesting episode. I am Jamil Abdullahi.